please welcome to the stage, Daniel Muggleton!
We made it! How is everybody? Thank you so much for that very brief enthusiasm. What was that? Everyone kind of clapped, and then I got closer to the mic, and you're like, oh no, that is not the direction we wanted him to walk at all. Okay, that's fun. How is everybody? We well? Thank you. This is Best of the Fest. This is the goddamn early show. You're here. You wanted entertainment before 7? You fucking got it. How does that feel for you? Yeah, pretty consistent. Great, thank you. That's nice. Someone actually answering a question. Everyone else just wooing. Unbelievable. The disrespect. No, my name is Daniel Muggleton. I'm the host of the show. The way this thing's going to work, you've got 7 acts. They're all coming up here doing a short segment from their Sydney Comedy Festival show. If you like what you see, you go see the full show. Does that sound good? Lovely, because if you don't, that's just eating the catalogue's variety pack for your whole fucking life, right? Don't do that. That's not a grown-up thing to do. Pick a fucking cereal. You can do it, right? I believe in it. But no, it's very nice to be here. It's nice to be back in Sydney. I'm a Sydney person. I've just been doing shows all around Australia, and it's annoying because like you do shows in Melbourne and you have to pander to them, being like, yeah, it's so nice. You know, like, yeah, we like it here. It seems better. Good on you. You know, it's like, no. Like, I think that's why, you know, Sydney's a real city, right? Because none of us like it here, and we're happy to admit that. Like, everyone knows Sydney shit. It's just that we can't move to the Central Coast and give up, you know? Like, I don't want people to know I failed, right? I don't want to catch the train every day. Fuck that. But, like, the only reason I live in Sydney, to be honest, is to be close to my parents' wills. Like, that's the only reason. Like, I'm an only child, but you can't be too careful, you know? What if they find love again? No, not on my watch. Sounds like a division of assets to me. But no, it's nice. It's nice being here. I was in Perth before, which is objectively worse. I don't like Perth. Perth's what happens when you give unskilled people too much money. That's what Perth is. A lot of confidence, not a lot of competence coming out of Perth, right? And why would there be? They leave high school, their highest qualification's a driver's license. Then a mining company's like, how does 150 grand a year sound? And they're like, adequate, you know? The only benefit is that it is fly in, fly out work, so you do only see half the cunts half the time, right? That's pretty good. Pretty effective cunt dilution strategy, if you ask me. And when you throw in Bali, it's really only once a month. Fuck, there we go. We found the connection. It took that long. That's okay. You guys, by the way, have been carrying this so far. What the fuck are you even doing here? Like, why be here for me if you're not going to be there for me? You know, grow up. Like, it's ridiculous. What's your name, sir? Can I talk to you? Is that okay? What's your name? Michael. Nice to meet you, Michael. I'm Daniel. I'm the guy. How do you feel like this has been going so far? Because my job is to make people feel comfortable, and I feel like I've achieved that. Killing it. Thanks, dude. I feel like you could say it. What about you? Yeah, let's start there. Why not? Why the fuck not?
I'm killing it, and I just can't take my eyes off the music you jumps in.
You can't take my eyes off the drum? Thank you so much. I mean, my fucking head's up here, mate. But, like, you know, that's fine. You can objectify me like an actress on the red carpet. Why not? Reduce me to what I'm wearing. But no, fucking thanks. It cost me a lot of money to put... It's not cheap to put your head on a tracksuit, and I think that's a fair enough thing, you know? I'm not sitting here being like, it should be cheaper. It's like, if you want to be fucking full of yourself, pay for it. No, all it is, I lived in the UK for a couple of years, and this is my attempt to assimilate into British culture. That's all it is. Now I've colonised it. Fun, you know? Isn't that a joy? Yeah, it was fun. I like living in the UK. Like, I was sad to leave. I really like British people. Do you have any British people here? Look, I'll be honest, that's going to be hard to top throughout the whole show. That might be the funniest thing that happens all night. Like, that was red fucking hot. Any British people, one British person, yeah, like, you know, I know where this is going. But no, I really did like living there. I was sad to go. I was like, man, I'm not going to see British people anymore. Then I remembered they turn up, you know? That's a big part of British culture, turning up. They fucking love it. Like, I don't know if you guys know anything about Australian history, but British people turned up. Yeah, that was actually a pretty big part of it, you know? There's a comprehensive list of all the places they turned up. It's called the Commonwealth Games, right? They love turning up. See, I knew that was going to be hard to top, you know? Like that was just a fun moment, then I made a joke and everyone's like, fuck this, you know? It was so contrived. But no. The reason I left the UK, what was your name, British lady? Michaela. Nice to meet you, Michaela. I'm Daniel, I'm the guy. Can I just confirm... Heard that. All right, this is now off. Oh no, it's back on. Everyone heard that, right? Because like I've been doing comedy festivals around Australia for 2 months. I don't know if that's just in my fucking head, you know? Like that's just all the patience I have left disappearing. But Michaela, you've done nothing wrong. You've been great. I want to confirm something with you, Michaela. I live in the UK. I didn't know about this. British people pride themselves on their queuing. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's correct.
That's correct. Do you yourself pride yourself on your queuing?
Not since I've come to Australia, no.
You fucking let it go.
Yeah.
Only in the homeland.
Yeah.
Do they deserve a nice, polite queue? In Australia, fucking scrap it the best you can. Interesting move, Michaela. Because, like, this was the thing. I didn't know that stereotype till I lived there. And I found it a bit weird for the British people to brag about their queuing, you know, when they're a country that went around the world to fucking everywhere and never asked if anyone was there first. You know, isn't that weird? Just seems inconsistent. And then you hear Michaela being like, in Australia, I'll fucking skip a queue. Don't worry about that. I don't give a fuck. That, to me, speaks to how nice Indigenous Australian people are. Because if I was an Indigenous Australian, all I'd do all day is cut in line. That'd be 100% of my day. I'd find the longest queue I could find, just fucking walk all the way up to the front and just wait. Just wait for someone to tap me on the shoulder being like, excuse me, I was here first. And I'd be like, were you? Whoa, that was like a joke or something. That was crazy. But no, the reason I left the UK was to get married. I'm married. I like telling crowds that because they're surprised by that information. Come on. When I walked up here, no one was like, man, I bet he got locked down quick, you know? He seems like a catch and a monogamy enthusiast. Again, this side of the room fucking carrying you. What's the point of being here? Just watch it on TikTok where you belong, right? Jesus Christ. But no, I get to wear both my parents' wedding rings. That's my dad's, that's my mum's. Relax, they're not dead, they're just divorced. Right? So both rings are available. That's me in the middle, splitting them up. It's good stuff. And it's accurate because I'm an only child, right? But yeah, we're trying to have a kid at the moment, my wife and I. I didn't realize you had to try. I just thought you stopped preventing it and were punished with a child. That was my understanding. Anyone else? Kind of like a climate change scenario, you know? Like, if we do nothing, it's a boy. Like, that's how I thought of it. Because I knew nothing about fertility going in. I think, like a lot of dudes, I got my entire sexual education from a PE teacher and a priest. Two separate guys. Relax, it's okay. It's not like that. It's just like, why do we choose those professions to teach kids about sex? I don't think they have the knowledge, you know? Think about it. It's one guy who's never had sex in his life and a priest. What? Really? Like, this is the best we've got? A guy whose knees you can always see and a guy whose knees you hope you never see? Really? Like, that's number one? We've actually been trying for 18 months. We've done the fertility tests. I don't know if anyone here's ever done fertility tests for women. They're quite expensive and invasive, but for dudes, pretty sick. Honestly, my favorite ever test. Like, it was awesome. Like, because our test, if you don't know, is we have to jizz in a cup. Sorry, I said that wrong. We get to jizz in a cup. All I needed was permission, you know? When my doctor was like, can you jizz in this cup? I was like, fucking oath, mate, let's go. Like, don't even worry about the Medicare rebate on this one. I'm happy for you to keep 100% of the cum, right? It's all yours. Run the test twice, knock yourself out, right? So you might not know this, but in Australia, you actually take the fertility test at home, then you have to deliver the results to the clinic, right? So I was home, and I was about to take the test, and my wife calls me, and she's like, can I be there? And I was like, why? You're not usually here? And she's like, because I want to make sure you're doing it right. I was like, I'm doing it right, you know? I've never been this confident about anything. Like, in fact, sometimes you do it wrong. Like, that's how right I do it. I've never studied harder for a test. Like, I take a practice exam every time she goes to Pilates. I'm gonna nail this fucking test, lock it in. And I took the test, and there was more than I thought there'd be, which felt good, you know, good start. Then I had to deliver it to the clinic, and I'll be honest with you, I've never checked an address that many times. There's no margin for error on that delivery, right? You can't walk through the wrong door being like, here's the cup of jizz you've been waiting for. The guy behind the counter's like, sorry, mate, this is ear, nose, and throat. And you're like, oh, so close. Fuck, you're back on board, you dirty dogs. Love that. Love that. We found you, eventually. All right, that's my time. As I said, we got a bunch of fantastic acts from the festival. Are you ready for your first act? Yeah! Now, what I'm going to need from you is a significant improvement in your ability to be a crowd. Right now, this is fucking piss week. You know, like I'd get more response from a bus. So, what I'm looking for, when the acts come to the stage, you clap them all the way till they hit the microphone. The more energy you give the comedians, the more energy they're going to give you, the better the show goes for everybody. This lineup is genuinely absolute killer. Like everyone here is a headliner. They're fucking great. You're going to love them. So ladies and gentlemen, let's try this. Are you ready for your first act? Yeah! All right, let's get the clapping and cheering going. Let's get it up.